The bee has a question for God. In ancient times, when only animals ruled the world and a mysterious deity ruled the heavens, there was one particular bee on earth. Among the multitude of insects and beasts, from the tiniest ant to enormous elephants, all looked to the wisdom and experience of the greatest of all lions, who was recognized as the ruler of all animals for a reason. And so, one day this little bee appeared before the lion, genuinely wanting to find an answer to her pain. She asked, "O wisest of all, you know my troubles. All beasts and insects have their own peculiarities, their own defenses. Snakes hiss and bite, elephants, huge and invulnerable, defy offense. But I, small and defenseless, am mocked and insulted every day. I am unable to defend myself. What can I do?" Lion pondered, looking at the staring little creature before him. He understood its weakness and defenselessness, and the capabilities possessed by other animals covered in fur and panzer seemed unattainable for this frail bee. And generously the lion replied, "My little friend, I advise you to turn to the highest, find God and ask him for protection." The bee flew away from the lion and went on a long and difficult journey in search of God. It flew over dense forests, through dense jungles, and crossed turbulent rivers. Fatigue pervaded each wing, but the bee persevered and continued on her way. And so, after a long and grueling search, the bee finally found the holy place where God resided. With awe and reverence, she turned to him. "Great God, I come to you in prayer. I am a small and defenseless bee, constantly subjected to insults and ridicule. I would like to be empowered and able to protect myself. Please grant me protection." God looked closely at the bee, capturing her sincerity and true intentions. He pondered, imbued with compassion for this fragile creature. Finally, he answered her, "All right, since you wish to be able to defend yourself and strike, I grant you a strong weapon. But remember, the choice of how to use it rests on your shoulders." With these words, God gave the bee a peculiar weapon, a sting. It was a small but sharp weapon, capable of inflicting pain and even death on whoever it struck. The bee experienced mixed feelings, joy at the power it received, and anxiety at the same time from the knowledge of its vulnerability. God, however, did not finish his instruction. He stopped the bee before it flew away and warned, "Remember, I gave you a weapon, but how you use it is up to you. Remember that after you give it a shot, you will sacrifice your life." The bee took God's words carefully. It became clear to her that this weapon carries not only a physical essence, but also a moral one. She realized that using it for resentment and revenge could end in her own death. As the bee returned home, she realized that something had changed inside her. As she flew, she experienced a spiritual transformation. The desire to hurt others had given way to a new understanding of life and the value of every moment. The bee realized that life was much more precious to her than emotions and desires. The moral of the story is that we should not be angry with those who offend or harm us. We do not know what may happen in their lives or what their fate will be. Instead of responding to resentment with resentment, we should seek wisdom, forgiveness, and understanding. Life is precious, and our job is to cherish it.